quick brief, as we always do, on the upcoming showcase for next March, which will be our 2023 showcase. I think generally, go ahead and advance that. Generally, our first year back from COVID last year, I think we were very pleased with the attendance we got from the membership. There were a lot of folks that still did not come just because they were a little concerned. So we know the potential for that, of having a lot higher member attendance next year is going to be larger than it was in 2022. So that'll be exciting. I would project that we will probably set a new record for attendance. So that will be a good thing for all of us in the room if you choose to participate. So it as always is a great opportunity to engage with our members. Just a reminder that what this show is, it is not a transactional case selling show, although we do allow some of that, but it is an innovation showcase. So as always, we're looking for opportunities for you and your companies to bring new innovation to our members, talk about how they can grow their business in the future, how they can implement your strategies and your plans, and how they apply to growing business through AWG and through our vendor partners. So that is what that's about. So we get very, very tight on that as we start looking at people participating and what they're going to be doing in their space and concentrating on those innovations. And so we can document those to our members. Here's what this innovation was. Here's what we believe it's worth. And here's why it's good to implement it. So we will have seminar session opportunities again next year as we did last year. Those are always very popular, some more popular than others, but those opportunities are going to exist again. And again, on the main floor, we'll have quick strategy sharing sessions available in the group that's going to speak after me. We'll get into those in greater detail for both the general show as well as some perishable specific things for those of you in the perishables area. Next, Jason. So, our goal again is to feature over 100 strategic initiatives. I talked about that already. We'll take more than 100 as long as they're strategic and as long as they truly are fall into that category. This is, as I said, a great opportunity for members to grow, prosper, and more than anything, gain market share. That's our primary objective of giving them those types of opportunities. There will still be, again, opportunity to meet with members of senior leaders of our members for the Diamond and Platinum sponsors. I think we had last year was over 80 plus of those meetings. Maybe I'm missing that number. After John Dornbos, I read it on the prompter, but it seems like it started with an 8. And it was over 80 different member-specific one-on-one meetings that Diamond and Platinum sponsors participated in last year. So that was fantastic, and feedback from that was great from both sides of that, both our members as well as our vendor partners. So that will happen again. Next. So just a reminder that we try to create that culture here of sharing strategies, whether that's in our main sessions, or whether that's on the show floor, or whether that's in the one-on-one meetings. It's about making strategic changes, making strategic moves that are good for both our members as well as all of you as partners, and of course AWG. So next. Okay. So we will again have keynote speakers and keynote entertainment as we always do, and there will be opportunities for people to sit with members and different sponsorship levels like there was last year. How many of you attended the entertainment session with John Dornbos? Yeah, gonna be hard to top that one. So if any of you are working on your magic act or song and dance, let us know, but that one's gonna be tough. But we'll find some good ones, I'm sure. But that was outstanding, and it was standing room only attendance that night. So lots of great opportunity to interact with people and talk about the business just in that environment alone. So next. So I'm going to introduce a couple of folks, our co-chairs this year that make my life a whole lot easier. in all our lives a whole lot easier because they do a significant amount of work in the background to make this event happen. And there's no two finer than Lori and Wendy. They're going to come up and share some greater detail, and then Heather's going to come up and talk about some things specific to perishables and some things that we will do again this year, as well as some new things and opportunities for our perishable departments. Dan Cook is on the road traveling today, so Heather's kind of standing in to represent all the perishables, and appreciate her doing that. So without further ado, let's get the real important people up here, Lori and Wendy. Thank you.
Thank you, Ty. So I'm Lori Turner, and I'm the Director of Communications. And one of my roles is to plan, work with the team planning corporate events. And this, by far, the showcase is the largest corporate event that AWG has. So Wendy and I are co-chairing the planning team, and how we kind of break out our roles and responsibilities. Anything vendor related, that falls under Wendy. And then she's handling all the show floor and the logistics. Everything else kind of falls under me. So the venue, the speakers, the registration, all the communications. And then we have a lot of overlaps. So we're working very, very closely together. And then we also have a core team that we work with, and there's 9 people on our core team. And so I just want to mention who those individuals are. So Kate Favreau, Stacy Bowen, Jason Forrester, Anna Mancini, Jenny Gansman, Crystal Gonzalez, and Melanie Eisman. And then the core team works with a larger AWG team focusing on the showcase planning. So everybody works really hard to put on this great event. So we'll switch over to going through on providing the dates for this next year. So it will start Monday, March 20th and go through Wednesday, March 22nd. We're having it here again at the Overland Park Convention Center. So we have the Sheridan and the Convention Center reserved. And I just want to give you a little bit of a background as to how the showcase came to be, just in case any of you, this might be your first year working, planning for the showcase. There was a group of our members that got together, and they were part of a group called the Strategic Planning Council. And they had shared with us feedback that they wanted to get together, and they wanted an event where they could work with our vendors and have top-to-top meetings and see innovative new products, services, solutions that can help them be competitive and grow their business. And also to network amongst themselves with their fellow members. So that's how the showcase came to be. And our first one was in 2018. So this is going to be our 4th in-person showcase. We had a couple of years we had to go virtual, obviously because of COVID. So we're really, really excited to plan this next one. And I will tell you that every year when we ask for feedback after each showcase, we get feedback from our members that this event always tops the NGA and FMI conferences. And so, as you know, those are great events. So to get that kind of a compliment, that's pretty awesome. And I think that us working together is an awesome testament to putting on another great event. So on the next slide there, Jason, how those days are going to run. So on Sunday, this is the same. On Sunday is the setup day. And then on Monday, the event officially starts at 2 o'clock with the educational workshops. Then that evening, we'll have a couple hours of those educational workshops. Then in the evening, we'll have a keynote speaker and we'll have a dinner. And then on Tuesday, we'll have a ballroom speaker to start the day. And then the show floor will open at 9 a.m. The show floor will be open all day. And we're having our shareholders meeting on that Tuesday. That's going to be at 4 meeting. And then after that, we'll have our Excellence Awards presentations and our dinner. Then on Wednesday, we will open up with another ballroom speaker. And then the show floor will be open until lunchtime. And so I will turn it over to Wendy, and she can share the sponsorship information.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. Just like last year, we have 4 different multi-tier sponsorship packages. That's diamond, platinum, silver, and gold and silver. And as in previous years, only limited vendors are invited to this. This is an elite group of vendors that we invite, not open to all of our vendor partners. So if you've been invited to this meeting today, thank you for joining us. You are considered the elite of our vendor community. Throughout the event, we have different levels, as I mentioned, and these are all built strategically to offer the best presence for our vendors. So diamond sponsors are considered our elite. They provide the most vendor recognition and membership engagement. Platinum is our number 2 top tier, still great vendor presence, and also great strategic planning and layout on the floor. Second is gold, or third is gold, which is our junior tier. And we recommend that gold be vendors who were silver sponsors in the previous year and are ready to move up and expand their footprint for the 2023 year. And silver sponsorship we consider as vendors who are new to the showcase. So next slide, Jason. For 2023, we have made the decision to not change our sponsorship fees. So as you can see, 53, 42, 26, and 16. After review, Ty and the team decided that we would honor those for 2023 as well. Next slide, please. And as far as timelines are concerned, sponsorship submission opens today. At the end of the meeting, anybody who's tuning in virtually will receive a link to go through and register your sponsorships. 9:15, we'll kick off the weekly vendor meetings with Jason Forrester. Those were, we received rave reviews on those meetings last year, so we're going to continue those courtesy of Jason Forrester this year. And they kick off 9:15. Tentatively, as in past years with 2018 and 2019, we held more strategic one-on-one meetings with our vendors to ensure that they were receiving, that we had specific needs, booth sizes, what their visions were for their initiatives. And that may have been a little bit of a miss last year. So this year, tentatively, those one-on-one vendor meetings will kick off on 9/19. And that's with your meat department, the produce department, fresh, center store. Each of those department leads will handle those meetings. And the deadline for sponsorship is 11:30. So we will not be accepting any new sponsors after 11:30. This is to ensure that we meet that deadline of 2/3 to have all the collateral in and have our IT departments able to get all of what they need to get websites done and build out those booklets, all the sites that we need to get accomplished. So if you were not here live, again, you will receive a link after the meeting to register your sponsorship. And up next is Heather Gillicat.
Thank you. So last year was my very first year getting to attend the showcase as I was new with the company. And if it's something new to you as well, I just want you to know that you're going to be very, very impressed. There's such an opportunity to showcase what you bring from a vendor perspective, and it is just an impressive event. So I wanted to, kind of call that out. If you move to the next slide, when we talk about Fresh, it's all about accelerating growth for our members, and there's heightened focus everywhere. It's in the news. There's new retailers that are expanding their footprint, bringing in items. Doesn't matter if it's Aldi, Dollar General, what Walmart's doing, et cetera. And so we want to make sure that with our vendor partners, we're collaborating and really making sure that we're helping our members move forward into the future. So big focus for Fresh. We're looking to continue to have that and expand where possible, and really focused on what we know shoppers need and how we bring them solutions. So anything from value added, less labor in stores, convenience, all of these go across, they go across the store, but really in Fresh, whether it's with food service or grab and go, heat and eat, smaller cuts with pre-cut, et cetera. So just really big opportunities to make sure, and this is just a snapshot of some of the areas we want to focus as we look to build out the innovation showcase for next year. Specific topics that are exciting that we'll be helping to bring together are going to be at the culinary stage. So last year, Michael did a fabulous job of coordinating that and really bringing, asking our vendor partners to bring forth, do you have a pit master? Do you have a celebrity chef you work with? Do you have somebody that's just excellent at, there was a charcuterie board that was created, but really, looking at how can we bring something to the stage that's going to help your company grow and our members grow. Learning Lounge, you heard a little bit about that, opportunities, to bring forth different topics. I know last year in Meet, we had topics from, case ready, and then even, looking at commodity markets, et cetera. So there's just tremendous opportunities to bring forth just information and sharing and education. Booth equipment, that was a hot topic for last year, and I would imagine it's going to be another one for this year as well, or this coming year. So the ask is really just be proactive. We don't know yet quite what that's going to look like. And so really, as our vendor partners kind of, take an action as soon as you can to secure what you need so that your booth can look as excellent as it has in the past. And then the final thing is just to mention, you've heard a lot about, opportunities to partner and work with the leadership team on strategy. And there's just an opportunity on aligning strategies, because when we are aligned and we're speaking the same language, we're going to have tremendous results. We move to the next one. Wanted to talk for a minute about just general opportunities to partner. And so the first thing is, I'm sure you're very familiar with the topic of the Gateway, which we're really excited about. In my previous role, before I was with AWG, participated in many different gateway type platforms, and it's all about collaborating with our data and using that data to be speaking the same language and moving our businesses forward together. So if you're not familiar, you haven't signed up, you have questions, start with your category manager, because that is how we're going to continue to move into the future and merchandise for the future. And so I wanted to just plant some seeds as well about, often, I know last year I got some topics on, well, I don't have innovation, right? Or we don't have any new items. And I just want to remind everybody that it's about so much more than a new item. It can be a new way to merchandise, a new way to promote. It can be a solution for retailers. It can be about education and information and, different labeling, et cetera. So just wanted to make sure that really pointed out to think bigger than new items. Think about just general, what are the opportunities? What's going to move us into the future and move our members into the future so we can all grow together? With that, back to Ty.
Thank you, Heather. Just a couple things to talk a little bit further about what Wendy and Heather and Lori mentioned. Nothing against our FMI and NGA partners. We love them to death, trust me. But even when I was at the show in Vegas this year for NGA, I got those comments from some members that attended, and it's also from some vendor partners that, geez, we get a whole lot more quality interaction with your members, and the magnitude of that show is so much better and so much different. So, and we have our FMI and NGA partners here with us at the show, so I don't feel too bad about it. But so it's just a fantastic opportunity for those of you who have not been a part of it before. I will say this, it is somewhat of a first come, first serve magnitude of the quality of what you're going to bring to the table. It is not a given that if you say, I want to sign up, you're going to get into the show. We just don't have the physical space to open to all and everybody. So please get in early, get subscribed early, and talk to our department heads and our category managers early. Again, I anticipate our attendance this year will be off the charts. So please get on it early, because we're at capacity in this facility, quite frankly. We have looked at other possible solutions for the future as this thing has continued to grow, but this facility serves us very well for its location, but we are at capacity, quite frankly, on a lot of fronts. So one other thing, last year, if you did participate during the setup process, we did have some challenges with Vern and their timeliness of things on the floor. That was due to a lot of labor constraints, them not getting enough labor here, as we're dealing with that last year to a greater magnitude that we're dealing with it right now. We're still dealing with it. But we have addressed that with Vern. We'll continue to address that with Vern, that they need to find any and every way to get the right number of people on the floor to get what they need to get done. So it doesn't hold any of you up, because it is an orchestration, right? It's an orchestration of timing And it all has to go in sequence. So when the early parts get behind right off the bat, creates challenges. So we fully recognize that. And then Heather mentioned equipment, particularly in perishables. Again, don't know yet what AWG will be able to provide, but I know when I was talking to Dan Cook, as Heather said, you also need to make preparations for what types of refrigeration equipment you could get there. Last year, we did without a lot of equipment because it was just simply extremely hard to get. But this year, we need both of us working on those solutions so that we have live sets in those areas for perishables particularly. So that's something we both need to get to work on right away. Good news is last year we were a little late getting a lot of things out because we were still kind of on the cusp of deciding in person versus virtual, and that set us behind. This year, good news is we're here today on August, what is it? 11th. We're here on August 11th. So we've got a lot of time. We're going to be out ahead of a lot of things. Lori and Wendy will not let any moss grow under anybody's feet on this project this year. I'm telling you. So we will continue to communicate, and a lot of stuff will be working ahead of schedule, and we're on time this year. So, we're fairly confident, I think probably 100% it is going to be in person. So, and we expect great attendance. So any questions specifically that we can answer today of anybody? I don't believe we have the ability for anybody online to submit questions. We do have ability. Okay, so you're seeing that? Okay. So anybody who wants to submit it online or any questions in the room?
Has anything changed as far as like the sampling policy? Do we have an update on that? Should we be prepared to? I know we're a long ways away, but it's something to think about as far as, planning, sample.
Great question. The question was, in case you can't hear it on the video, that is there going to be any changes in the sampling policies? What are those policies going to be? Great question. We will owe you that. We'll give you very specific details, not too distant future of what that will be. I anticipate we will be full on with sampling. We'll provide guidelines, and anything that is specific to restrictions in this county and this facility, we will adhere to. But we plan now that there'll be plenty of opportunities to do sampling. Okay. Anything else? Great. Everybody's either tired or really looking forward to the weekend. Okay. Hey, thanks for participating, whether you're virtual with us today or you came in person. We really appreciate you. Let's go knock this one out of the park again next year and create great opportunities for everybody. Thanks. Appreciate it.